Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Big Sack Lunch here with Lunch Break and Sports. I hope everybody's day or evening is well wherever you're at. I am back with another PSA reveal. Before I get into that though, I just want to touch on a couple things. If you are a person who makes somebody feel bad or stupid for something that they enjoy, that makes you the worst kind of person that there is. That's just unnecessary. I also want to mention that my earliest orders were cards that I had just gotten because I just started in May. And as I've said in many of my videos, my orders ramp up as they go along to even better and better cards. And since then, I've learned what cards that I don't want to send in and shouldn't send in for value. But that being said, grade whatever cards that you want. Whatever makes you happy is what you should do. I would never take it personal just because I think there's cards that there shouldn't be graded. That's up to people, and I would never blame anybody specific for something that 2 million people do every single month. And that being said, on this, I got it back today, so probably about a 3-month turnaround time, a little faster than some of my other ones actually. Skipped them over. It only offered me PSA offers for like 3 hours and then they disappeared, so I asked them about that, and apparently if there's cards that there other people have that are offering as well and they accept the offers first, they may pull your offers because of that. And then they shipped it 5 hours after showing me the card. So it was really fast. I didn't get a chance to take advantage of that. It was kind of unfortunate. But now I get to show every card in the order, which is nice. It was a really good order. And I'm still going to get pretty much the same value. I might lose a little bit of selling with my own fees now rather than taking the direct PSA offers. But yeah, let's get into it. So it was a 20 card order. Overall, like I said, I was pretty happy with it. So first up, we've got Joe Namath on the 21 Donruss Press Proof Blue. Not numbered. It had a tiny little bit of whiting on the corner, so I thought it might get the 9, but it looked kind of centered and just looked good. It did get an 8 though, and then even looking at it, I'm still not too sure if it should have got an 8. There isn't really that much wrong with it. Also, I wrote down like the values and whatnot for this order as well. So we got, I was in that for $23. It's probably worth 10. I'm gonna lose $15 on that one. Next up, we got the 24 Topps Japan Edition Shohei Strike Zone Heroes. Looked really good. There isn't any reason this shouldn't have got a 10. It did get the 10. They offered me about $112 for this because everybody knows that his prices are blowing up right now. I didn't get to accept it, sadly, but I still have it up for sale for a little bit more, so even with fees I should still get close to that. And they're still offering, if I still want to send it back to the vault, pretty much the same offer. Alright, then next up, we've got the 96 Upper Deck Chicago Bulls with like Jordan, Pippen, Rodman, and then there are 3 players on the back. 2 players, excuse me. Building a winner. We got Kukoc and Ron Harper. I, at the time, was putting basically all the older cards on a 9 because I hadn't gotten anything back yet. This looked really good overall, though. The more I looked when they showed me the pictures, I thought it had a chance at a 10. And it did get a 10. So they offered me like $93 for that. Oh, and the Shohei we were going to profit 60 or 83 on after fees and everything. They offered me 93 for that. I didn't get to accept it, but I already sold it for 100, so we're about 66 up on that after fees and grading taken out. So another nice pickup. And then next up, we got Travis Kelce on the Got Game Mosaic Red. Looked really good. I thought the centering might be a little bit off top to bottom if you see where that ends compared to where that ends, how thick and thin that is. But they did give it the 10. A regular mosaic of this sold on an auction for $90 recently, so I'm probably going to go for around the same. This is the red color match, so to me it's a little bit nicer. With that, we've got in it for $28, somewhere between $85 to $100 on the estimated value, should be about a $52 profit. All right, next up, we got the 2011 Goodwin Champions Jerry Rice memorabilia. This looked super, super good to me. I do know that they grade thick cards really tough, so I thought that it might get a 9. With a minor shot at a 10 and a minor shot at an 8. And it actually did get the 10. And I was, like, by minor, I mean, pretty much did not think that I was going to get a 10. So that's a really nice pop one hit. I'm super happy with that card. I'm just going to put it up at a high price and see what offers come out for it. This is only thing comparable. I found the Jordan of it in a 9 went for like 2 something. I know it wouldn't be nearly that much, but that's just kind of a price that I have to go off of. And then next up, we got 24 Topps Chrome Dan Marino in a purple speckle, and this is numbered to 275. Looked really good to me. Had it pretty much on between a 9 and a 10 and leaning towards a 10. And it did get the 10. I priced this. And the Jerry Rice, I'm hoping to make like 90 to $100 after everything. And then this I price 50 to 60, so hopefully it's around a $28 profit. So a couple cool ones coming up. Got the 2011 Fleer Retro Reggie Theus on the Precious Metal Gems Red out of 150. I picked these up pretty cheap. They were in the best condition, but they also weren't in the worst condition. And these are just kind of the cards you want to get graded, in my opinion. There's only so many out there. So I had this on anywhere between a 6 and an 8 with a really low shot at an 8, probably averaging a 7. And they did get the 7. So didn't make me any offers on this one or have an estimate, but compared to the other ones, I think I could get anywhere between $25 to $45 for this and make like a $10 profit. And I wasn't planning on getting 10s on any of those. I shouldn't have set the name if it's too low value of a card to not get a 10 in. The 2011 Retro Bill Sharman in the Precious Metal Red out of 150. Same deal. They're basically the same conditioning. And it did get a 7. This one they offered me like, I want to say 30 for it, but they said it's worth about 48. I'm going to try to get more than 30 for it. All right, next up, we've got Jamar Chase on the 22 Mosaic Prism version. This looked really good. I wouldn't have sent it in if I didn't think it would get a 10. It did get a 10. I think they offered me 30 for it. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more. So on the Charmin, it should be like an $18 profit. And on the Chase, should be like a $12 profit. Next up, we've got 24 Prism Peyton Pritchard on the pink Prism. I put this on a 9 after looking at it on the first inspection picture because it was off-centered. I didn't see much else wrong with that, and it did get the 9. So I'm in that 23 total. It's probably 20 to 30. I'll probably break even on it. All right. Next up, we got the 20 Select Nikola Jokic on the blue, white, purple cracked ice. This one, I was leaning more towards a 9. I think it was like slight corner problem, if I can remember, with some shot at a 10. And it did get the 9. They offered me like, I want to say 56 for this, and said it could be anywhere worth up to 80. I probably would have accepted the PSA offer, but I'll just put it up for something close to that. And that one isn't even numbered, and it's still worth that much, so that's pretty nice. Next up, we got the 24 Prism Nikola Jokic on the Deep Space Green Prism. Honestly, the more I looked at this one throughout the process of the grading, I was like, I shouldn't have sent this. This is just so noticeably thick on the bottom and thin on the top, and thin on the left and thick on the right. So I just had this on a solid 9. There wasn't anything else wrong with it. And they gave me a 10. So what I'm thinking, maybe it could have been one of the new graders converted over from the SGC or something like that. And obviously I like it for selling it, but I don't like when they do that as an overall. I've watched a video before, someone explaining how it kind of demeans the value when, you know, the qualities of 10s can be somewhat lower than a 10 that they shouldn't have been. So how much value does a 10 really get placed if there's ones floating like this, and then there's ones that are perfect actual gem 10s and they're right at the same value? So that does make a lot of sense. So I'm not actually proud of that, but it is what it is. They offered me like 30 for it, said it's like 40 to 45. So try to make 27 off of the first Jokic and 20 off of the second one. Next up, we got 25 throwback thirds Sammy Sosa Polo Grid. This is such a long 2-base hit, short 2-base hit. It's out of 25. It looked really good to me. It did have just this tiny on the bottom corner. So I figured it could get a 9 with a possibility of an 8, but I think even in a 9 it's still pretty sweet. And we did get the 9. And I value that between 35 and 55, and we were in it for 29, so we're hoping to make about $16 profit off of that one. Next up, we got Malik Neighbors on the Pinnacle Encore rookie. Pretty well clean. It was a little bit off center, but I thought within tolerance, and it did get the 10. Unfortunately, he's hurt for the year. I'm still going to try to get 30, 35 bucks for it. And he will be back and better. So hopefully like an $8 profit on that one. Next up, pretty happy about this one. So we got the 21 Upper Deck Marvel Annual Dr. Doom Acetate Premier Achievements. It looked really good, but this was like the first acetate card I'd sent in. And the price difference between a 9 and a 10 was pretty significant, but it looked very good to me. We did get the 10, so I'm super happy about that. It is estimated on PSA to be like 105 to 130. I've seen similar and the same copy sell for up there, so I'm probably going to try to get over 100 for it. So on that, we're looking to get about a $68 profit after everything. Next up, we got O'Neal Cruz on the 22 Finest Purple Refractor. This looked really good. It could have had a small shot at a 9, but I thought it should 10. And it did 10. They offered me like 40, low 40s for this. I would have taken that offer, so I'll just try to get that on my own out of it. That we have in for 29, hoping to get 40 to 50, and after fees making $15. Next up for my PC, we got 95 Collector's Edge Barry Sanders on the Edge Tech Circular Prisms. It looked really good. It did have slight corner problems, maybe like one little tiny surface scratch, So I thought it would get a 9. It could get an 8, but I'd be super happy if it did get the 9, and it did get the 9. They offered me like 22, 24 for it, but I'll either overvalue, sell it, or hold on to it because nobody wants to pay a little extra for it because it's going to be in my PC. That was beautiful. So pretty happy about that. All right. Next up, we got Luca on the Bomb Squad from 24 Don Roos. Wouldn't have sent this in if I didn't think it was going to get a 10. Pretty well centered. No white showing on any of the corners or sides or anything. And we did get the 10. They offered me like $24 for this. I'm going to see if I can get a few bucks more. I probably would not have accepted the offer either way. Next up, we got Rashee Rice on the 23 Select die cut neon green prism. This was the second die cut to PSA I sent in, I think. It looked really good, though. It didn't have any of the wearing in the die cut areas. Centering was really nice. Obviously, it's a die cut, so I always thought there's a shot of a 9, but I thought it would get the 10. It did get the 10. They said 35 to 50, and they offered me like 33 for it. I'll just see if I can get a little more out of it. And he just came back off suspension, so it's good timing. Had a good game, first game too. All right, last card up in the order. We got 24 Panini Prism, Jose Abreu. Next, Air Blue Mojo Prism. Little tiny bit off center, so I thought that it would probably get the 9. But it's still a numbered rookie, so even in a 9, it's not terrible. Some small shot at a 10, and it did get the 9. So on the Berry, I would make $15 if I sold it, I think, or $11. The Luca, trying to make $7 profit in it for 24. Rashee, I'm in it for 24, trying to make about 16. And then figure this is 35 to 45, so trying to get about $8 profit on it. So overall, out of the 20 cards, we have one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So pretty good percent, but I actually count that much higher for the fact that 100% did not expect any of these to gem. And then this one and this one as well. So realistically, it was more like 13 out of 15 or what's that? 6. So many 10s, I lose track. Yeah, so 12 out of 15. So it ends up being a 78% overall gem rate. So I'm super happy about that. In total, my orders are staying in the 60s to 70 range, which ultimately, if you're like really, really good, you get up in the low 70s. That's where I'd like to be, but for just starting out, it's incredible. So we'll go overall. The total estimated value is $1,100, but when I calculate what I should lose and make around off of this order, and almost every card is profitable, I should make somewhere between $545 to $575. And this was one of my smaller orders, so my future orders are going to be a lot more opportunities for profit and bigger cards and unique cards and everything. Still though, super great results. I already sold the Jordan, like I said. There's a couple that I'm sure are going to sell in the next couple of days. I'm having trouble keeping up with inventory because of the PSA blockages. But hopefully I have 4 more that are done, and I'm going to get grades on soon. a couple more that are hitting the next steps. So they're starting to seem like they're getting a little bit faster this week, particularly. So hopefully that's the case. Thank you all for watching again. Most all the stuff's going to be for sale on my eBay and other platforms. Same handle. But thank you everybody for watching again, and I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening wherever you're at. I appreciate the likes and subscriptions and comments and just talking and sharing information with you guys, and even on other people's channels and stuff has been great. So I appreciate you all, and have a good one.